While the rest of crypto tumbles and Bitcoin looks like it will be unable to hold on to this 31K level, certainly hope it does. But if it doesn't, it will most likely nasty nuke down into the 20s, into the mid 20s, and potentially even into the low 20s, which would bring the rest of the crypto markets tumbling down with it. Except for this one sector that happens to be in a full-blown bull run while everything else is going sideways and down. Today, we're going to be talking about the one glimmering light of green in the storm. If you guys are excited for this one, please give this a like. It's all I ask, and it is the freest and easiest way to support the channel. It helps this video get into the good graces of the YouTube algo, and by extension, helps more people discover this content. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe because we're coming with non-stop NFT and gaming, altcoin, and market-wide analysis that will help you get ahead and stay ahead of the markets. So go ahead, make sure you have that bell notification on. Remember, there are scammers in the comments pretending to be me. There's no arbitrage group. There's no trading groups. There's no reason for you to ever send me funds. So never, ever, ever do that. Even if someone that's faking being me in the comment section wants you to send them money, don't do it. That said, let's dive in. So what we have here is a warning here that Bitcoin price is tumbling to, quote, final support. And as we can see on the charts, actually not that chart, that one's the bullish chart. As we can see on the chart here, everything is blood red in Bitcoin land, and we're in the low 31,000s. It's just been crabbing back and forth like I told you it would and crushing the alts. Every single time Bitcoin sneezes, everything else catches a cold. We can see here many alts down 18%, 15%. If we go down to the lower caps, it'll be even worse. There are a few things pumping, and of course, up at the top of the list, we have Axie Infinity. What is the reason for this? Well, the reason for this is pretty simple. It's that gaming and NFT projects are in completely their own world right now. And I predicted this would be the case because back in 2018, I started building due to the bear market and due to my belief that the only product category that could withstand a bear market would be a video game. Now, Axie has proven this out, that game players can continually base the value off of the game economy and continue to derive that value over time. But what's happening right now, make no mistake, is a FOMO wave created by big wallets around the success of Axie. Now, Axie has the leading product here, but most of the projects on here do not actually have games out. Now, that is really important to remember because while you can make money trading these ecosystem tokens, the real sustainable growth will come from projects that actually have high quality games out. And I want to make this as clear as day. There is so much going on in NFT land, and there is a lot of bullishness, specifically in buying and trading the actual underlying NFT assets. Now, we're also seeing a wave here of tokens that are in this NFT category catching a massive, massive hype wave, growing many X's. And you can see here the list is full of green. And we can see here over 7 days, a lot of these coins are massively up. 400% on Fear, 165 on Alien Worlds, 137 on Mochi Market, Chain Guardians, Axie, AnarchyX. It's all a bull run in crypto land as long as you're an NFT project. And what you're about to see is every single DeFi and every single other project eventually try to morph themselves like a little chameleon into an NFT and gaming project. Now, I promise you, I've been building games for 4 years. It is one of the hardest, if not the hardest things to do. Huge companies have tried and failed to build good games. Amazon has failed multiple times with tens of millions of dollars to build a game that people like to play. Gaming is not so simple as build it and they will come. It's not like DeFi where you can just fork Yearn and have another yield farming project that actually does the trick. No. There will be no copy pastas here, and anyone pretending that they can quickly come to market with a high quality game is selling you a bag of goods. That is the biggest warning here. It takes many months, if not years, to get something playable that is high quality. So remember that. Now, with that said, there are still a ton of ways to make money in crypto land. Of course, I tweeted this. You can't just fork a video game. Original IP is king and takes years to build. Hype chasing projects are not going to make it, and good games have a massive competitive moat. We look a lot of times in crypto land for competitive moats, but there aren't competitive moats unless there's something really hard to emulate. And in the open source decentralized world that is cryptocurrency, like what you get with Yearn Finance or what you get with DeFi protocols, Everything's out there. The code's out there. The repositories are out there, and anyone can kind of copy and paste it and make their own version, like we saw with SushiSwap, like we saw with all of these other clones of existing products. However, you cannot do that with game clients. It's far too complex, and a lot of the code is not open sourced. So what you have here is one of the first categories of project in crypto land that is actually competitively protected. And that's a very, very interesting thing to consider, and something that I want you to understand the difference between projects that actually have this moat built and ones that are just talking about building it. It's easy to talk, it's harder to build it. Now, with that said, let's talk about some actual ways that you can flip NFTs without being part of the glorious, fully built gaming world. Gaming is a much higher category of project and a much higher bar to be elevated towards, but it also takes tons and tons of time and preparation. Nonetheless, there is a ton of opportunity in these collectibles, which are much easier to produce, and once they're produced, they're kind of complete. A good example of this is the BGAN punks, or the Bastard GAN punks. These are a type of CryptoPunk offspring that takes CryptoPunk imagery and turns them into, little other types of images. So this is kind of like a derived CryptoPunk collection. And this kind of had a moment here back in April and then completely died off. As you can see, lower prices and lower volume. The volume is the little light blue bars down here. Now, as you can see to my right, on just right over my head, we saw a massive resurgence in these collectibles over the last few days, with prices skyrocketing and volume super skyrocketing, with hundreds of Ethereum in trading each day. Now, what's really interesting about this is this was kind of a dead collection, but what we're seeing is a lot of these collections right now are coming to life in a major, major way. Just like I told you, you can laugh at it, but JPEGs are up only right now, and that's the facts. And of course, when you say something like that, it's pretty clear. This will crash. This will most likely end horribly for most of the collections, but there are some collections that will end up having a massive cultural impact. And I've become a big believer that this avatar project, these generative collection projects, have serious legs if they are executed and combined with utility. And I'm going to explain a little bit about how that's going to work. Another one that I talked about recently is this Fame Lady Squad that just came out. This one was minted here for 0.05 ETH, as you can see, in the last couple of days. It sold out super fast. And now let's check out the chart where we see on day one, it was minted, remember, for 0.05 ETH. They immediately started trading for an average price of 0.08. So 0.05 to 0.08, that's like a 50 or 60% growth there already, 0.085 even. Then we got up to 0.096 just the next day. The day after that, it was trading for 0.2. And today it's trading for 0.32. So you have something that was trading or minted for 0.05 that's now trading for 0.32 as the minimum. And if we look here at the floor price, if we go to the Fame Lady Squad, we go to view all, we go to sort by, load high, and we see what's buy now. This is the way that you can find what's called a floor price. The lowest price is going for 0.16. So the cheapest one you can get on OpenSea right now is currently 3.5x. 350% over what people paid for it. Now, again, this isn't the same type of trading environment as a fungible token. So you've got to understand there's new rules to this. And why are people valuing some over the other? Well, as you can see, if you click into these, they'll have properties. Some have an anime cheek. You can see she's got the anime cheeks. That's a 6% trait. She's got a white skin. That's 43% trait, very common. Her most uncommon trait here is the voluminous hair. And if I click into that, what you can see here is that, all of these characters will have this voluminous hairstyle, right? So as you browse these collections, and if I get rid of this voluminous hair, I say buy now, and I sort by, high to low, what you'll see is, this is of course people choosing what they sell things for. What you'll see here is that people can choose to put whatever price tag they want. Doesn't mean they'll get it. But as you browse from high to low, you'll see less common traits like this ski mask robber, or the laser eyes, or the different types of skin tones, the zombie skin, the purple hair. All of these are seemingly more rare traits. Like I'm sure if I do this zombie skin, it's going to be a rare skin type. For her, if I go to properties, zombie is only a 2% skin type. Yep. And so this is all what you kind of start understanding is what makes these more or less rare. But in the end, my point is, even if you just went and minted and you minted some common, very, very not rare ones, you just got your run-of-the-mill ones, and you just got them you essentially got floor value ones, and you minted them a couple of days ago, you'd be up 3.5x, right? And that's the market right now for these avatar projects, and that's why it's so interesting. Also, these communities that form around them are very passionate. You know, people want these to turn into animations and cartoons and shows and comics and video games and different types of ongoing worlds. And it's not only an identity thing where people will make this as their profile pictures, but it's a community thing, and it can be a content creation platform as well. Like I said, you can say this is dumb. I'm just showing you guys and educating you guys about what is going on and how to make money in crypto. If you like money, then you should love what's going on right now, because anyone can go mint, anyone can join in Discord, and anyone can flip these on OpenSea. It's not rocket science. Now, that said, I wanted to take a second to shout out one of the better sources of information in crypto land for NFTs, and that is Zeneca33. Go give him a follow on Twitter at Zeneca_33. He does a lot of data mining here. He'll put out all these data charts on what's going on with these collections and actually giving actionable data-driven analysis on how you can understand floor price changes, volume changes, total holders, distribution, decentralization. There are actual metrics here that are driving a lot of value. So it's important that you understand and do your research on why NFT collections work. Now, I've promised you guys I was going to show you how to find the newest and truest ones, and I've put out the word, I've put out the chirps, and I've had some really talented folks approach me, and there are some projects that I'm going to help come to market because I believe that they have a chance with their vision to actually connect these types of avatars to real-world ongoing pieces of content, cultural movements, different types of celebrities and icons that could bring these communities up to a higher level of utility. And actually, I believe, like I've said, that this whole avatar project movement is much bigger than it seems. Now, just to round this out, because I can already see the comments saying, Elliot, what are you talking about? This stuff is useless garbage. And I hear it. I can already hear it and see it. Now, people have been saying that about NFTs since the beginning, right? So I've been enduring this. My skin is very thick when it comes to these types of things. However, I wanted to point out this particular article because it rings as true for these avatar projects as anything, which is the next big thing will start out looking like a toy. Now, avatar projects certainly look like toys. They look like, how could these things be truly valuable? But once you start peeling back the layers of the community building aspect, the need to be parts of these tribes that humans have, the potential cultural impact when celebrities and other figures of notoriety start joining these communities and using them as their profile pics, the tradability and the ways that you can connect them to mainstream content and culture, all of a sudden this toy doesn't seem all that useless or all that valueless. And I think it's going to be very interesting to see how these generative art projects cross over into the mainstream. I believe in the future that generative art projects will become a massive, massive multi-billion-dollar industry, and that people will collect them, use them as their profile pics, change them like they do their sneakers, and that they will use them to represent who they are, much like people do with music and film and other types of memes. This is a big, big movement, and ownership over the image is going to be a big, big deal. Chris Dixon, the article writer here, is a partner at A16Z Andreessen Horowitz. He's a brilliant investor and entrepreneur, and he wrote this in 2010. And this was obviously targeted to things like Snapchat, which seemed like a little toy, but ended up becoming a massive, massive decacorn success story for social media. And I think the same will be said of NFTs, because they will eventually get integrated into Instagram. They will eventually get integrated into Snapchat and other types of social media, and it will become socially very valuable to hold high quality NFTs and avatars. Which ones are anyone's guess? Remember, 99% of these are going to zero, but the 1% could become internet gold, and I believe that that is what we're all kind of chasing around with trading these markets right now. So love it or hate it, I told you guys this is the way that it was going to go, which is NFTs were going to be a massive, massive trend in 2021. And I believe strongly that NFTs will be bigger than the rest of crypto combined. We're already seeing it with Axie, bigger than all of DeFi. I mean, come on, guys. The reality is that big hit games are coming, and big hit IP is coming in the form of the NFT. And that getting in and trading these 10K avatar collections and trading new NFT drops and being part of of this community, getting in early, is leading to some ridiculous gains. Remember, you've been warned, 99% are going to zero, and if any of them do go to zero, well, I promised you they would. But in the meantime, the market is extremely hot, and I've been making unbelievable profits trading JPEGs. That's right. I've been making unbelievable profits trading JPEGs. And I used to think it was dumb, but now I honestly think there's something very, very big going on here. I think that it's being overlooked and diminished unfairly. And I think that good teams that are smart and understand how to use this medium are going to completely change the pop culture landscape, the entertainment landscape, and they're going to bring crypto to the masses, all wrapped up in a pretty little package that seems very fun, unassuming, dare I say cute, and it's going to be the thing that truly catches on. With that said, I encourage you guys, make sure you're here on Tuesday for the first inaugural non-fungible Tuesdays, where we start going in deep and dedicating a lot of time to non-fungible tokens, buying, trading them, the ecosystems that I think are valuable and interesting. And I'm going to be just exploring this with you and helping you understand how I go about finding these projects, where I go to mint them, how I deal with this, and why I'm even doing this. And hopefully you guys can get into the next CryptoPunks or Bored Apes before they go 100 or 1000x. With that said, if you guys got value out of this video, please give me a thumbs up. It's a free and easy way to help this video get into the good graces of the YouTube algorithm, which helps the channel tremendously. Remember, you can always get more content from me on a daily basis by hitting subscribe and putting that bell notification on. With that said, you can find me on Twitter at LeoTrades. The link for that is in the description. With that said, let's give away a random hardware wallet right now to one of the amazing commenters and supporters on the channel. Remember, comment on this video if you want to be entered on the next giveaway. Go ahead and generate, and we get 2. So we count back the videos, 1, 2. These coins are pumping now. Now, of course, this was a less popular video, which of course gives more opportunity to each commenter. So let's go ahead and grab this, paste it into the random comment picker, and find a winner. There it is, Reynald Adolphe. Not necessarily a comment I would normally want to win, but hey, who am I to say? This is the way of the random comment picker gods. Reynald Adolphe, go ahead and DM me on Telegram at LeoTrades. I will go ahead and verify your identity in a way that only you can by commenting under the YouTube videos. So no fakers, I'll sniff you out. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching. My name's LeoTrades, and I'll see you very soon on the next episode.